Greetings and welcome to SmartWatchTix.com. I never thought I'd see the day we'd have an AMOLED screen smartwatch down under $30, but we do, and this is an amazing one. SENBONO is back with their NY20 inside here, and we are going to take a look at it. First, let me tell you, you can pick it up over at the SENBONO official store on AliExpress. Yep, what's what I'm talking about. Look at that discount. And we may even have coupons for you as well, so check the show notes for the buying link. If you'd like, you can also pick up a version of it, the Bakey NY20. You know, Bakey is Banggood's brand that's rebranding of other watches, and the NY20 is really the SENBONO under a different name. A little bit more, but again, check the show notes. I could have a buying link for you as well if you prefer to pick things up from Banggood. In terms of the overall specs on this one, here you go. It's an AMOLED 360 by 360 screen. That's incredible for under $30. IP68 waterproof, definitely men's or women's in its size. And these are all the different things it's got going for it. No SIM card in it. Android, of course. Step count, fitness tracker, sleep monitor. All the typical things you find on a smartwatch these days. Heart rate monitor. You've got, it says professional grade waterproof, but it's at least IP68 on this one. And a battery with its capacity, sports, 360, 1.3 inch. And not a lot of details in the AliExpress versions of their specs. It kind of leaves a lot to be desired. But anyway, we can dive into it and take a closer look. It's in a sleeve type of a box. Open that up and there's the watch in a plastic container. Let's see if we can pick it up and pull it out of here. Oh yeah, it snaps out. It's in a interesting sealed package. So we can open this and remove it while the glue's stronger than the plastic. And there you go. It's a really nice, elegant dress watch. All the sensors on the back, charging ports, removable bands, has a nice design to it. Underneath the plastic insert, wow, look at that. We have an extra band, a metal band coming with this one as well. Wow, sweet. 20 millimeter, there you go, guys. Always asking the size. 20 millimeter band. The obligatory 2-pin charger. Yay, I got it right for once. Not a strong one. It's not able to hold the watch, and the watch is pretty lightweight. So be careful when you hook this one up that you don't get it. That's why I kind of show you that, how sturdy it is, because when they're weak, they can go in like that. And it's a word of warning to you. Charge it face down so that you don't end up having it kind of going funky on you. USB connector on the other end, and a little silica gel to keep it dry, and we've got the English version of the manual included. Well, all these languages are, but English is first. So let's page through it, give you a setup on this one. Okay, basic information to get started. You're going to be using FitCloudPro as the tethering app. Oh, we've reviewed that tons of times. Very good app. You'll see it in this one as well. Here's the layout of the screens that you see on the watch. A little bit more heart rate information, other functions. Basic smartwatch with the caveat that it is an AMOLED screen. AMOLED, of course, means that every pixel is illuminated separately, which makes it much more expensive than the other languages are here. So, to do the proper demo, we're going to charge it up. Be right back. All right, one press. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold it a little longer. Boy, there we go. Vibrated, says hello, and it's booting up. This is an AMOLED screen. It's a high-resolution screen, and guys, I'm really disappointed. I thought it would also have the always-on type of a background that you could switch to. I mean, that's what AMOLED is all about, that low power for having a display, but it's not that way, as you'll see as we go through this. Here's our step count information, calories burned, distance traveled for today. There it's switching into heart rate, and it'll do your measurement. You've got last night's sleep time. Now, these don't let you go up and down. Oh, I guess it does. There you go. Okay, good, good. You've got your continuous heart rate measurement throughout the day from when it started to when I took the watch out. And, of course, the current heart rate is being done there. You don't get much of a breakdown on your sleep, but we'll see that in the app. And then you could add other cards to it if you want to. Data, your other heart rate, your sleep time, weather can be added. Let's just add a whole bunch of things here and see what we've got. Well, there we go. A music player that will remotely play the music. No speaker in here, mind you, but you do have the ability to play the music from on your phone. And, of course, the other card that we have. So you have this nice option of sequencing and adding cards to the selection if you want to as well. Going this way, you pull out that cute little tab that shows you the most recent things you've used, the date, and the weather. And a little step icon there. And coming up, we saw no messages are pushed, and then that's all of your settings here. Do not disturb. Here's our overall brightness. That's the lowest. I've been riding around with it on this level, and I can see it in direct sunlight, but you can crank that puppy all the way up if you want to and make it nice and bright. Wow. Well, when I press and hold the button, I get into all of our different apps, including data, which is, of course, our step count, workouts, walking, running, climbing, cycling. There's swimming on this one because it's IP68, so you can take it in water. A few other goodies in here as well. The data on this one will be transferable over to the app. Hula hoop. Cool. Okay. Sit-ups, volleyball. And you also have the ability to see your records here. So if you do any workouts, you can look at the results and you can transfer them to the app. There's the heart rate we looked at. There's our sleep time. We had that card. Now, you get down to blood pressure. We don't have a card for that, but you see it's using the green diodes. It'll get your systolic, diastolic, but it doesn't let you look at any results beyond the current one. And blood oxygen. Now, this is another disappointment. It's using the older green diode technology for doing blood oxygen. Likewise, you're only getting the current reading. You can't scroll through any of them. So, missing the red diodes, missing the always-on screen. But it's an inexpensive watch. That's the thing. It's under $30. So, you're getting a really good AMOLED screen for that price. You've got your female cycle information. You set that up in the app, get it all sequenced and tethered here, and it'll tell you what area you're in during your cycle if you're a lady. Music player we saw. You also have stopwatch capability on this one, down to hundredths of a second. Locks you out, though. You can't get out of it. You can pause it and start it from here, reset it, and then you can exit it. You've got countdown timers on it as well. And, of course, you've got alarm clocks you can set. Find your phone when you're tethered. And then the overall settings, where you have different menu styles. We've been looking at this linear style. I can come in here, change it back to style 1. And lo and behold, when I press the button, now we're in that Apple style layout. And, of course, it's icon-driven, so you have to know what you're looking for. Where were we? We were in settings? Is that this one? Yeah, okay. And then another menu style is this one that we can take a quick look at. And this one has everything around a circle, and it's vibrating as I go, and you can pick out whichever one you want to go into from here. Weather, female thing, music player, stopwatch, all of that, and I can get back around to settings and go in here. Okay, overall display. This is where it would be, guys, if you had it. You got watch faces, you got brightness, we looked at that. You got screen time from 5 seconds to 9 seconds. Okay, the longer it is, the more battery you're going to use. You got the twist your wrist to see the time and how long it will stay on from 2 seconds all the way up to 6 when you do twist your wrist. Setting those higher will use more battery and give you shorter life, but it's an AMOLED watch, so a small display, or not too much, a lot of black in your time display means you're not using a whole lot of power in here anyway. You've got, what else have we? So you see, we didn't have any kind of a selection between analog or digital always on time like we've seen recently in some of the other watches. Here's your overall battery level, and you can go into a power savings mode, and this will disconnect the Bluetooth and stuff like that. I'm not going to go there quite yet, but that's available for you. You have soft or strong or no vibration if you want. And then, of course, your supported languages in here, starting with Chinese, and this is your overall selection. Wow, okay, going a little bit fast, but there's quite a few, but not all of them on there. I imagine most of you that know these languages recognize them. You can set a password on this watch if you want to, but there's no NFC for payment, so I'm not sure why you would do that. And then system is where you can get the basic info. It's the NY20. That's what you look for Bluetooth tethering. Shut down, reset the watch, and so forth. So let's jump over to the app and take a look at how it works. We're tethered to FitCloudPro. Open it up. I'm already logged in, got everything set. It's now connected, synchronizing, downloading the data as quickly as that once you got it going. We're not going to go through all the setup. We've done that before. The device, the NY20, you have all these different things, drink reminders, sedentary reminders, and you have a dial center where you can select and put different dials on the watch from a broad selection of them here. And you have My Dial, where if you download any of them, you'll have that data. And if you want to edit one of them, you can do that as well. I'll show you the dials in a minute. Local dial. Okay, this is the one where you could put your own picture on it and change things around a little bit. You've got your weather reports that you can do. Raise the wrists. All of these things. Yeah, basically you know how all that stuff works. Unbind it. Mine is where you set up your stuff. You can tether to Google Fit. I'm not registered. I'm in as a guest, but you can set up and create a registration if you want to. You can, of course, do metric or imperial type settings, centigrade, Fahrenheit, women's health, where you set up the cycle information, and you can start that mode, give the length, a lot of stuff we guys never even have to worry about. Well, actually, if you're married, I guess you do. But anyway, that's all there as well. FAQs we run, settings, version run in the background, so forth. You want to know more, check in the show notes. I have links to other videos at exactly the place where we cover this particular tethering app, and you can read all about it. Here we go, the full-on calendar that, if you know how to read this thing, will make sense to you, and the current day of the week, and then last night's sleep time. Here you see we do have a breakdown in a chart, and you can do weekly, monthly, and send it out and do all those things. And you don't get REM sleep analysis on this one, but deep, light, and awake is covered. Heart rate is here, and it's showing you by day the chart, which is really nice. Now, if you want a good watch that just basically keep track of your heart rate, between beginning and ending, and high and average and all of that on different days, you can do that with this one. There it is again. Kind of cute how the chart comes up. You can jump in at any particular point and check out what the heart rate is. And I'm pretty sure you can set the starting and ending times that you want the heart rate to happen as well. Blood pressure, individual readings are done here. Oh, and continuous. Oh, I didn't realize that. I should have, because I've done this app before. But there you go. Top one is your systolic line, right? And the bottom one is your diastolic. So at 12:15, 126/74, and so forth. Then other days, you got the same kind of data that you can look at. So you can kind of monitor how you're doing on average with your blood pressure. And because how funky blood pressure readings are, it's really best to have an extended average like this, because individual readings, even with a cuff, can be off. Just the nature of how blood pressure is done. Blood oxygen, the current value, and Wow, we got a chart on that one too. However, it's using the green diode, so not sure what you're going to be getting is accurate, not as possibly accurate as using the red diode technology, and a little curious that you can go above 100% saturation of oxygen in your blood. That doesn't make sense either. So I would take this one definitely with a grain of salt. It's giving you a number. But you got to calibrate that or check it against a calibrated source for your blood oxygen, especially if it tends to be low, to know whether or not this device and the readings in the app are accurate for you and your body. That's really true for blood pressure and heart rate as well. Any of these measurements, you got to just check them for yourself. And that's it. That's all the cards that we've got. Come in here. You see your step count by hour and your overall distance traveled and stuff, and you touch them and it'll tell you how many steps you took during that period. Pretty cool. Overall, it's an okay app. It captures everything just about that you need. And the watch itself, we didn't get into the watch faces directly. I could tap here and show you. There's a nice analog watch face. And of course, you can download an extra digital one. There's one like a flower. This is the stock one that can change. So if you don't use that one a lot, you can replace that one with a different one. But that's the expendable one. You see how it had a check mark on it there. And then we're back to that one here. So about 4 different watch faces, one of which is editable. And within the app, you can get into the dial library and pick a particular face to replace that with. Okay, so what are we looking at again? It's from SENBONO. It's called the NY20, and it is a 360 by 360 AMOLED screen, 1.3-inch smartwatch. Beautiful screen. That's really what it's got going for it at a really, really decent price. Also known as the NY20 Bakey version from Banggood, a little bit more pricey, but then they're always going up and down when they give coupon discounts. So just check the show notes, whichever link you want to buy from, Banggood or directly from the SENBONO official store at AliExpress. It'll be waiting for you. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you again soon.